Guys, do you know how many clients I'm getting every week, every month? They call me with the same question. Hey, I was trying to jumpstart my car. I couldn't start it. You need a starter, alternator, or it has a wiring issue. And then when I show up or one of my mechanics show up, we put our jump box and right away that car starts. I know that over the phone. Why? Lack of knowledge and wrong equipment. That's why in this video, I want to share all of my knowledge and tips. What kind of equipment you need to buy, what kind of jumper cable you need to buy, what kind of booster pack you need to buy, how you need to jump start your car properly and correctly so you can avoid burning your computer, ECU, or all electronic components in your car. You need to know how to hook and unhook the jumper cable and booster pack in your car. This is so important. And alongside that, I used to work in used car dealership and we had to jumpstart 20 up to 30 cars every day because all cars were dead. It was a buy here, pay here junk used car dealership. And we didn't have a jumper cable, we didn't have a jump box, and we forced to be creative to jump start 30 car per day. I'm gonna show you a couple tips how you can do that even without jumper cable, jump box. Come on. I'm gonna talk about this Noco jump box. Rechargeable. Is this really worth it? I've seen people, they buy this jump box. It's 90 bucks from Amazon. Rechargeable. It has a USB and USB-C cable, 12 volt, 1000 amp. And I want to share my idea and tips about this booster pack. It doesn't have an air compressor. It doesn't have a gauge. Is this really worth it? Is this a good charging booster pack? I bought this in 2017. And if you buy a wrong jumper cable, you cannot jump start your car. I've seen a lot of customers. They call me. They have a really tiny narrow jumper cable, like 20 gauge, 18 gauge. That gauge is not enough to charge your cell phone. I'm telling you this. You need to have at least 4 or 2 gauge in order to jump start your car properly. And it's not just that. Good materials is really important. Copper. It need to be copper, not aluminum. It need to have a wide opening. You see how wide is opening? This is very important. The jaw need to open it at least 1.5 inches in order to be able to grab any battery terminals. Otherwise, you cannot jump start the car. The way you hook jumper cable correctly, you need to hook red one first, and then hook the negative one second. And whenever you want to unhook it, unhook this one first and this one second. Whenever you jump start someone's car, make sure hook the jumper cable to your car and this car. Start the car, let that car running without the AC, without anything. Let that car charge your battery for at least 2 minutes. Then turn off the car. Why? If you jump start the car with the running car, these two alternators is running against each other and they mess up the alternator and the battery because they come across two charging components. You don't need to do that. You need to be careful. Okay, I'm gonna try this Noco Booster Plus 1000 amp jump box on the BMW, completely dead BMW, and see if this jumper cable is strong enough to jump start a dead BMW. Let's go. We bought this BMW a year ago. I put a new engine. My son's supposed to drive the car, but unfortunately he couldn't, and we are trying to buy him another car. For BMW, there's a battery in the trunk. If you can jump start it, if you have access to the battery, do it from here. If not, go to the front. All BMWs, they have a jumping cable in the front and it's designated with this red cap. This is the red one and this is the negative one. I want to put it on this one. Make sure it's grabbed. In the first glance, I don't like this jump box. Why? Because it's not wide enough. This one is too weak to grab a battery. It's too small too, and it's fragile. If I use it a couple times, I'm sure I'm gonna break it. It's copper, but it's not really strong. Anyway, I wanna try that, see how it works. I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, and it doesn't have anything else. I'm assuming that's all we need to do. I'm gonna go start the car. Even the light won't turn on. You see it has a flashlight too. I don't need flashlight. This is at like a 3, I can say 75% charge, and it doesn't turn on the light at all. And to me, at this point, at a 75% charge, you need to be able to start at least one car. Let's use the other jump box. I want to try this. You see, this is booster pack ES 5000. This one, the same thing, 75%. Let's try this one. I like this one because it has a long cable and strong hook. You can hook it properly, and I'm sure it will last long because the last one that I had, it lasts like, still using it since 2015. And immediately I see spark. This spark is not a bad thing. Spark indicating the car is communicating, and somehow it's this jumper cable turned on the car. I heard something. Boom! That jumper cable start the car, but the other one, it didn't even wake up the car. That's the difference. Almost double of the price. This one is $170, $180 from Amazon, and the other one is $90. But I don't like that one. It has a flashlight, it has a lot of USB, USB-C, you can charge your phone, but it's too fancy. It's not doing the job right. And if you're working on the cars, I recommend you don't look at the jump box with a lot of options. Just buy jump box because it needs to get the job done, and this one it does. I'm sure with the 75% charge in this booster pack, I can jump start 10 cars in the same day. If I fully charge it, maybe 15 or 20. I don't have that many cars right now to try it, but I'm using it for many years and I really like it. As I explained, I want to show you a couple tips we used to do when I was working at a different dealership. One of the tips, whenever we change the battery, some cars require programming if you remove the battery from the car. This is 2024 Nissan Frontier. I used to work in a Honda and Toyota dealership, and whenever we changed the battery, we had to program the windows for automatic rolling up and down. We didn't want to do that. What we did, we start the car and we remove the cables. We swap the battery and put the cable back. But there is one thing you need to make sure you understand if you do it. I don't recommend you do it if you're not a mechanic, but if you're doing it, make sure disconnect the negative first, disconnect the positive second. And when you put the battery, the new one, the car is running, put the positive first and then put the negative at the last one. All right, I'm gonna jump start the car like this so you guys see I'm able to jump start the car even without the battery. You don't need to have a battery, and I want to show you how strong this jumper cable is that we can jump start car without battery. We were able to jump start the car without the battery. You don't need to have a battery. You can jump start the car like that, or you can drive it like me. As you saw, I removed the battery. The car is running with the jump box. I'm gonna drive it back and forth and see how it's running without the battery. As you see, there's no problem. You can drive it without battery. The jump box is hooked. This car is running. When it's running, it means the alternator is charging. By the way, I don't recommend this stuff. Just please don't do it at home. Don't try it. I don't want you to mess up your car. Here we go. I unhooked the jump box and the battery. There's nothing here, but the car is still running. I'm gonna go drive it. See how it's running. You see, the car is running perfectly fine, even without the battery, because alternator is charging. And when its alternator is charging, it's putting enough juice for computer, for all electrical components. It doesn't need a battery basically to run the car. You need the battery to start the car. As I said, these are the tips that we used to do when I was working in a used car dealership. I don't recommend doing it to you guys if you're not professional. You don't need to do it basically. This is one of my favorite booster pack. As I said, I bought it in 2017. I'm using it since then, and I'm jumping many cars per week still. This one might be dead, but I'm sure with the dead situation, with no charge, still able to charge and jump start the car. This is one of the greatest booster pack that I have. If you want to buy a booster pack with the air compressor, with the flashlight and fancy things like this one that I don't recommend, that's up to you. but this one doesn't do the job right as I tried on a BMW. Had 75% charge. This one had 75%. The other one that had charge. The other one jumpstart the car perfectly, jumpstart this car perfectly. I drove the car with that, but this one, no. It's too fancy. It has a flashlight, USB-C, USB charger. I don't need this stuff. Buy a jump box, real jump box, so you can jumpstart your car. That's all for today. And if you like the video, make sure hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you put the comment, I subscribed, I choose 2 or 3% so I can give away a couple of these jump boxes that I have. These are brand new jump box that I have. Same model, ES500, one of the best and greatest jump box, and I promise I'll give away 3 of this jump box if you comment in this video and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.